Hey guys, this is Thomas here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make difficulty settings in your mod using LUA tables. Anyway, I'm going to go to my Mega Drive, and as you can see, we have set up a mod already. But the first thing we're going to need to do is, we're going to need to make a new folder called Resources. And now I'm going to grab a couple files from another mod that I have that uses Lua. Sorry about my mouse. My mouse is giving me issues. But anyway, you have customfiles.ini. No wait, .lua, my bad. We copy this from the LUA Pack I am going to distribute. We put it here, and we go inside, and you can see that it's already set up to load the MFK functions, which we're going to have to copy, and set the folder for Lua scripts. So anyway, now we're going to go back to one of my mods, or the LUA Pack, whichever you have. There's a folder called lib with mfk.lua. This holds all the MFK functions and puts them into Lua so you could actually script MFK missions in Lua. We'll go over the advantages later. And we're going to go to Resources, make a folder, a new one called lib. And, okay, we didn't need to actually do that. Actually, yes we did, so there we go. Anyway, now the functions are set up. Now we're going to have to show you how to actually add the missions so the game knows to look for the Lua scripts and not the MFK scripts. So I have a text file set up called ready.txt. This is just for the tutorial. As you can see, I have it set up, but you have to redirect every script that's an MFK script that you want to redirect to Lua. You have to make an entry for. This is because this is not inside custom files. This is a separate folder, so you have to tell the game you have to redirect the files to each file. So for example, if we wanted to copy the level scripts, we just go to make a bracket called path handlers and paste our code as such. Obviously, you don't need to comment out what the name of it is if you don't want to, but I just do that for organization. Anyway, now we are going to go to the game, and we're going to get some scripts from level 1. These are going to be MFK scripts, obviously, and we're going to copy the whole folder, and we're going to go back to the tutorial mod, make a similar file structure in Resources. It's just like having custom files. So we make them a folder named Scripts, and a folder named Missions, a folder named Level 1, and then we paste our scripts. And now what we have to do is we have to change the file extension. I have some certain settings ticked inside Windows Explorer. So you go over to View, Options, you click View, and you have to have selected, you have to unselect Hide Extensions for Known File Types, which is right here. You want to untick that so it shows the file extension so you can change them. This is what you need to do, and then you can literally just rename, go to the extension, and rename it a LUA extension. It will say if you change the file name extension, it might become unusable. You want to change it? Yes, we do. Here's where things get tricky. With Lua, some of the code works differently. So, for example, there's no semicolon at the end of each line. So we use Notepad++'s search function and replace, and we replace all of them. First, we have to change it to clear the read-only flag, but yeah. But that presents a problem. The Dynaload data. This, you have to add back the semicolons after each P3D. That's only for the Dynaload. This is so the game can load the actual locations. I'm not sure if this actually affects anything, but for safe measure, it's good to add back the semicolons to the Dynaload data. This will affect missions. When you make missions in Lua, if you just remove all of the semicolons and forget to add them back to the Dynaload data that it loads, your mission, it will infinitely load and it will hang on the loading screen. That happened with my mod Wickham in Zombieland for a while because I could not figure out the issue. So I technically had bad release when I converted to Lua. But anyway, this is what you have to do. I'm sorry if this is taking a long time, but this is literally what you have to do for Lua scripts when you convert MFK to Lua. Alright, now we're going to use the search and replace function again, but this time we're going to change how things are commented out. In MFK, it's 2 backslashes to comment stuff out. In Lua, it's 2 dashes. Otherwise, it will affect the mission hugely. It will make things break. So we replace these, how they commented out like this, with the 2 dashes, and it's commented out again. But there's one more issue. The game, when it has files loaded, such as here, where it's loading files, if you have only one forward slash, it won't work, because that's how Lua scripts work. So you type in a frontward forward slash, and you replace it with 2 throughout the script, and it will load everything. But be careful, in level.lua, some of the gags are missing quotation marks. They're missing them. So some of the gags will not work and will crash your game unless you add those colons back. For example, with the quickie mark, the locator and the position are missing the quotation marks. So you have to add them back individually for each gag that is missing them. This may look tedious, but this is required. But the only good thing about Lua scripting is that if you make an error, the game will tell you which line, provided you have Notepad++ to see the lines. It will tell you which line, and it may give you a solution. It'll at least tell you which line. So if you have an issue, it won't just crash on you, and you can click retry once you fix the issue, and the game will allow you to load the script again. So, Lua does have its advantages, which I will go through now. You can add Lua tables, which is what we're doing today. Lua tables are what add difficulty settings. So, I will show you them later, and there's also car randomizers. You can randomize cars, and you can do other stuff of the sort. So right now, our level.lua is all set up. We have fixed the gags, fixed the Dynaload, and converted it to Lua, while still retaining the MFK functions. Now, we must change the level I.mfk to a level.lua. Level I.lua, my bad. And now we will do the same thing, except there is no Dynaload, so you do not need to worry about removing all the semicolons. Okay, first I'm going to have to clear the read-only. I gotta do that with all of these. Now we will replace the commented out stuff and take away all the semicolons. I don't think there's anything more you need to do for level I.lua. And as you can see in customfiles.ini, they are redirected, and I will show you that it works. But first I have to add the mod. Sorry if I'm not exactly prepared. So we add the folder, we go to our drive, tutorial mod, and we add it. There we go. We select in the mod launcher, and we launch the game. Obviously, this is an unmodified script in terms of actual content, and I have the game muted, but in terms of actual content, it's the same thing as level 1's, but except, as you can see, there are no issues. And now I'm going to show you how to add difficulty settings. If I go to, for example, A Clown's Life, and I go to customfiles.lua, you can see that it loads another function. This is called Mode.Lua. This is what Lauren of Donut Team showed me how to do. You copy that path to your customfiles.lua. You can obviously change it, but I would keep it this way. There. And now we just need to copy the script that we have from a Clown's Life. We go Resources, Scripts, Classes. We just copy this folder layout, go back to the tutorial mod, Resources, Scripts, and we just paste it. And now, this one is obviously unused, and this one is unused. I'm sorry that those are left over, but now I will show you Mode.Lua. This is the guts. I'm going to zoom this in so everybody can see. This is what happens to make a difficulty setting work. I'll remove my commented outlines, but I don't really understand how this works, but I'll leave this in the description so you can easily copy and paste it into your script. Anyway, now I'm going to show you how to make that a setting in the launcher, because that's the only way this is going to work. If you make it a setting in the launcher. See, for example, this is the one that is a bit too complex. It's not necessarily the correct way of doing things. So I will open Maya.ini and I will paste in a setting. The problem is that I add a page. You do not need to add one, or you do not need to add a group either. You can just remove these. And you can also set the default. 0 being the first option, 1 being the second, and 2 being the third. Anyway, we will reload the launcher, and we will go to Mod Settings. Here we have it. You can select the difficulty setting from the mod launcher. We have it on normal at the moment. And I will show you how you can set this up in any game script. The MFK.Lua does not just support MFK, it supports SPT and it supports con files. So if you need to, you can make conditions for cars or other stuff. So for example, I'm going to zoom this in. We're going to type if Mode.IsNormal, then we have add mission 0. End. You can make this specific, or you can make it else. So different difficulty. You can have it be this. Or if you want it to, you can have it have all the missions, or just have it have those. This is where you could make this. I don't know how this is going to break the game, but we can make this setting. We can reload, make sure our setting is ticked on normal, and launch the game. And we will see if I did this correctly, because sometimes I screw up with Lua scripts. We're all human, don't worry about it. Right now we have mission 0, the tutorial mission. Now if we close the game, we go to mod settings and change it to easy or hard. We take the setting, and when we go into the game, it should have only 7 missions and the tutorial one not be included. As you can see, the setting works. This is a different mission. This is mission 1. This is not the tutorial mission. So anyway, that is how you add difficulty settings to The Simpsons Hit and Run. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.